Good afternoon, and you find me walking alongside the Principality Stadium here in the Welsh capital of Cardiff. And if you want to know how I got here, make sure to watch part 1 of my Christmas special series where I took Transport for Wales's premier dining service down the Welsh Marches line from Shrewsbury. And for part 2, I'll be taking my journey home via London using GWR and LNER. And it's a bit different. It's the run up to Christmas. The festive season gets very busy on the British transport network. So this vlog will be documenting what it's like, what we'll get on board. We've got LNER first class up to Peterborough later on using their Christmas menu. So we'll see what that's like. And overall, just see how the journey goes. So let's head up to Cardiff Central Station. We can have a look around and we can jump on board our 1620 service. As just mentioned, this evening's journey will take us the 250 miles from the Welsh capital up to my local station of Stanford, via both the Great Western Main Line and the East Coast Main Line. But first of all, we needed to get into Cardiff Central Station itself. Located 144 miles from London Paddington, Cardiff Central is one of 2 stations in the city centre and was opened in 1850 with the grand 1930s ticket hall seen here providing access to the gate line and platforms. The station itself has 8 platforms, including one of 9 platform zeros in Britain, and sees services from Transport for Wales, CrossCountry and Great Western Railway, who we'll be travelling with up to London today. In addition to this, the station's history as part of the GWR and BR Western region still remains in the form of the rather lovely old wooden benches. And with just a couple of minutes before our departure, we made our way up to the end of the platform just as our 10-carriage IET was arriving with the service from Carmarthen and Swansea. Having found our seats on board, let's have a quick look at the details of today's journey up to the capital. Departing Cardiff at 16:21, we're scheduled to make a stop at Wales's 3rd largest city, Newport, before speeding towards the 4-mile-long Severn Tunnel, linking Monmouthshire with South Gloucestershire under the estuary of the River Severn. Having emerged in England, we continue to make stops at Bristol Parkway, Swindon, Didcot Parkway and finally Reading before speeding into Paddington just over 1 hour and 50 minutes later. Total cost for this journey was £51.25 for 2 adults with a railcard discount, although prices were much higher had we not booked in advance, so take this into account when making journeys of your own along the same route. Departing Cardiff on time, our 10-car train slowly accelerated out of the station and towards our first stop of Newport.
We'll see our welcome passengers from the service at Cardiff Central, your 1621 the Great Western Railway service to London Paddington. We're now recording at Newport, Bristol Parkway, Swindon, Didcot Parkway, Reading, and finally London Paddington, expecting around Paddington, London, approximately 18:30.
Phased approach, you do have to find out what to do. I don't think we can say now, but you do satellite here, do play here, do play.
Once again crossing over the River Usk at Newport, the sun was soon setting, giving us a nice view out of the window before continuing the rest of the journey in darkness. A stark contrast to the long days of summer, which certainly make filming a lot easier. Arrival into Bristol Parkway coincided with the appearance of the refreshment trolley, allowing us to get some much needed tea and cake for the rest of the journey. So we're now at London Paddington station. We're about 10 minutes late arriving, so we're going to hop on the underground and head over to King's Cross as quickly as we can. And with the Hammersmith and City Line and Circle Line platforms located very conveniently next to the platform which we had arrived into, it took just a couple of minutes to tap our contactless cards through the barriers and to make our way onto the underground platforms.
City Line train to Barking. The next station is Great Portland Street.
Between the seats, use all available space. Make sure you take.
A quick tube journeys later and we are over at King's Cross station. Our LNER Azuma is in on platform 7, waiting to take us up to Peterborough. Boarding our LNER Azuma bound for Lincoln, we took our reserved seats in the rear carriage at a table of 4, with the special Christmas menus being delivered just moments after sitting down by the very efficient LNER crew. Departing the ever-impressive King's Cross train shed, we browsed the dinner options before orders were taken and drinks and desserts were delivered. Having decided to go for the vegetarian sausage roll, it was delivered a short while later and, as can be seen here, was absolutely delicious, followed up by tea and biscuits, as well as brownies and Christmas chocolates, concluding a very efficient first-class service on LNER that never fails to disappoint. About 10 minutes late and we have arrived into Peterborough railway station, and I tell you what, that sausage roll I had in first class was absolutely delicious. If you have a chance, travel on LNER in first class. Their festive menu is running until the 6th of January 2025, so make sure to give the sausage roll a go if you can. It's really tasty. But unfortunately, due to said 10-minute delay, we have missed our East Midlands Railway connecting service. Not that it mattered anyway, because it ended up being cancelled. So we've got about 35 minutes to wait before the 2050 CrossCountry service, which will take us up to Stanford. And we should be able to give first class a go, something which we don't usually do on our local service because it is very expensive. But it'll be nice to just sit in there for about 15 minutes and we'll see how it goes. The time is now 9:05 and we are back at Stamford railway station, and that concludes today's vlog from Cardiff. And overall, even though it is nearly Christmas and there were a couple of busy trains, it was actually a really good travel day. From Cardiff it was completely smooth right the way through to Paddington, only a short delay at the end, and then the LNER was perfectly fine. The service was really good, the food really excellent, and of course the little cross-country hop back from Peterborough to Stanford was perfectly acceptable in first class, which we wouldn't usually do. due to the high prices, but as it was included in our ticket from London, we thought we would just make the most of it, and it turned out to be a really good trip back. So thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will hopefully see you next time, and most importantly, Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.